What is a video game? I find myself pondering this question more than you might think. And the latest bout of hobby existentialism came earlier this week on a road trip with my girlfriend. She is not a gamer. In fact, she has spent most of her life as a pretty staunch non-gamer. So I found myself in a position of having to justify, or at the very least, explain the value of video games to her more than a few times. And this has required me to think about video games critically and from an outsider's perspective a lot over the past few months. And the question, what is a video game, is a topic that I keep coming back to. What is a video game? This may seem like a dumb question, but there is no arguing that it is certainly becoming less dumb over time. With the rise and fall of Facebook games, the explosion of mobile titles, the embracing of smaller indie games over the past few years, and a future that seems likely to have us with screens strapped to our faces, the term video game is suddenly not so straightforward. Or is it? When Gone Home came out last year, many were blown away by the execution of what was essentially a story of teenage love and emotional exploration. It was expertly crafted, extremely well written, an achievement in world design, and many argued that it wasn't a game. See, in Gone Home you are not shooting anyone, you are not jumping chasms, you are not racing through city streets at high speeds. You are simply walking through a house, examining the environment in an effort to suss out the true nature of a situation after returning to an empty home following an extended trip abroad. Those unfamiliar with video games in general would likely be the first to be confused about the questioning of whether this is a video game or not, especially after seeing it in action. And the truth is, the questioning of Gone Home's gameness really is more of a statement of taste wrapped in the veil of intellectualism than anything else. Labeling Gone Home as not a game makes it so a negative opinion doesn't even need to be explained. Why would I like it? I like video games, and that isn't one. There is no doubt in my mind about Gone Home's qualification as a video game though. It has mechanics, it has explorable environments, it has a narrative and a created world, on and on. Creator Steve Gaynor has talked on the subject many times and has explained that low-level verbs are key in giving players agency, and I would encourage anyone to seek out these interviews and further reading. But of course it's a game, and why wouldn't we, the fans of video games, want it to fall under that umbrella? Even when it comes to experiences we don't like, how does ostracizing them from the medium help us? I like tons of movies. I love The Lord of the Rings, Seven Samurai, and Aliens, but I'm not the biggest fan of Blue Velvet. But I certainly don't feel the need to exclude it from being part of the medium altogether. In fact, I'm glad a medium I enjoy is flexible and can be a platform for many different kinds of stories and experiences. But bringing it back to games, I do find the question of what is a game intellectually interesting. Gone Home is definitely a game. But how about the Klondike Solitaire that my dad is constantly playing on his phone? Is that a video game? How about the digital coloring book and dot-to-dot learning exercises my niece goes through daily online? Games? Maybe, and maybe not. The actual answer isn't the goal here, at least not for me personally. But I can say that I am completely pumped that these exist. Probably like you, I'm a big fan of video games, and that means I benefit as the term is more inclusive. The list of benefits of inclusiveness is long and varied. Here are a few. With a wider definition of video games, more people will inevitably consider themselves a gamer or players, and the medium will be able to fully break free of long-standing preconceptions of being for kids or being a waste of time. Inclusion will also provide more avenues for the uninterested to experience and thus have a real view of the medium and a greater chance to see the value in the experiences available. A wider view on what games can be makes the medium better as creators have more viable roads of expression. Diverse experiences can only elevate the medium. As with more traditional art forms, painting for example, different styles and forms add richness to the medium, making for a more interesting, layered form of expression. These are just a few examples of the benefits of approaching the medium of video games with a mind toward being inclusive. It is the immediate reaction of many to see more avant-garde expressions in the form as a threat to the medium they love. But this simply isn't the case. It's not a something's gotta give scenario. The GTAs and Call of Duties don't need to be abolished to make room for the Dear Esthers and Stanley parables. Growing the medium will only make it more viable and allow for more people to experience and appreciate the experiences we love so much. The real problem here for me is the term video game. The interactive experiences we have come to love are more than games, and the term itself is rather unfortunate, but there is no escaping it. So, rather than trying to maintain a narrow view of what video games are, let's blow it out and let them breathe. If we truly want new, exciting experiences, we have to give those experiences, and the people who create them, space within this medium we love. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I've been Jonathan Downin for Fish Tuxedo. We have tons of other videos on the channel all about video games, ranging from poignant to rather dumb. Please take a look and you might find something you like. Please do like and share if you're feeling awesome. It helps us a lot. See ya.